Welcome back and thanks for joining us. Let's take you to this now. From allegations of financial misconduct, irregular payments, the procurement of municipal fleet, appointment of personnel outside the approved municipal staff establishments have resulted in calls for the Mayor of Matjhabeng local municipality in the Free State, Thanduxolo David Khalipha, to be removed. Now, these are all contained in a memorandum that the South African Municipal Workers Union in the Free State has presented to COGTA MEC for his urgent intervention. The union says it believes the presence of Khalipha is not in the interest of labour relations or service delivery. For more on this, we're now joined via Teams by SAMWU Free State Provincial Secretary, Mr. Tiisetso Mahlatsi. I'm also joined in studio by the Mayor himself, the Mayor of Matjhabeng of local municipality, Mr. Thanduxolo Khalipha. Thank you so much to you both for joining us. Let's start with you, Mr. Mahlatsi. These are very serious allegations that you are levelling against the municipal mayor. Just talk to us about what some of these entail, particularly those that were contained in that memorandum you sent to the COGTA MEC.
Thank you, and to your viewers. Of course, yes, we submitted a memorandum to the MEC of COGTA as a relevant legislated directorate to enter into the space of municipalities and probe allegations of misconduct, where we asked the MEC to probe in terms of Section 106 and other relevant legislated. We believe that there are allegations that need to be probed and that need forensic investigation in Matjhabeng. And some include the unlawful recruitment of senior managers who are not budgeted for and who are not in terms of the organizational structure of the municipality as approved by the Municipal Council, and which is against the Municipal Systems Act. And in this recruitment, we have a clear evidence of other managers who are supposed to be paid off a level, a particular salary level. But when they got appointed, their salary were inflated to above to a senior manager, and a senior manager are paid a salary of a director. And those are the allegations that we asked the MEC to investigate. Other matters that we wanted the MEC to investigate, it's the procurement of the fleet in Matjhabeng, where there is clear allegations of a fleet that was bought in the premise of being a new vehicle, but it's of a second-hand vehicle, and the money which bought that vehicle, it's of a new price vehicle. So those are the allegations that we asked the MEC to investigate. There are other financial irregularities that we believe that need to be investigated. And I must indicate that we met with the MEC after he accepted our memorandum on the 1st of February, where he also agreed that our allegations warrant a forensic investigation.
Mr. Mahlatsi, let me stop you there. Mr. Mahlatsi, let me stop you there so that I can bring in the mayor, just to touch on at least some of those allegations that you are making and those investigations that will be taking place. Mayor, let's turn to you, and thank you so much again for coming through to the studio. These are serious allegations, and I mean, this is not the first time these allegations or these issues have been raised. We saw these issues being raised during the President's Imbizo last year, and of course we also know that various sectors have also been calling for the financial mismanagement to be investigated within the municipality. I know AfriForum has also called for that, 270 million being owed to contractors. Just unpack a little bit about, your response, particularly to just what we've heard this morning.
Yeah, thank you very much for inviting us, and thank you very much to your viewers. Look, the first response is an issue that is raised of appointment of officials. In terms of the law, That's a responsibility of the municipal manager. The municipal manager approves the organizational structure and then he brings it back to council, and then council will then approve the organizational structure. So once the organizational structure has been approved, the responsibility of appointing is the responsibility of the municipal manager. There's no involvement of the executive mayor on appointment of officials of the municipality. The second issue that is raised is the issue of fleet. This allegation has been coming, and we requested the CFO and the municipal manager, because they are the one who deal with issues of procurement. And we have now received the report that there is no such, this allegation is just an allegation. The report that we now received, when the fleet, two trucks, which is they were bought by the municipal manager through procurement, when they were supposed to deliver to one municipality in the Mpumalanga, because they were not ready at that time, already those trucks they have been registered by that municipality. But because they were not ready at that time, we were then looking for those two trucks. We bought those two trucks. So that was an issue of registration. And the municipal manager and the team, they did make that investigation, and they found that there's not such a thing.
But in terms of your responsibility, Mayor, I hear what you're saying in terms of executive decisions having to be taken at certain structures.
Yes.
But you are the mayor of Matjhabeng,
Yes.
and you have heard these allegations from the communities themselves before we can even bring in SAMWU. Because those are some of the things that we heard on the ground by the people of Matjhabeng who are crying about the lack of service delivery. And of course, these investigations come at the back of that. You know, when we heard the president going with several ministers to that municipality, those were cries from the people on the ground. As the executive mayor, surely you have the responsibility then to ensure that at least some of these allegations that have been brought to the fore are taken seriously and are looked into. Your comment on the fact that COGTA now is looking into this and would be then investigating or at least calling for a forensic investigation.
Well, we have done our work in terms of, because the executive mayor, part of the responsibility of the executive mayor is to play political oversight. And I have called the municipal manager and I've requested a report. I have received the report, and I'm happy with the report that I have received to the municipal manager. So for me, these are just allegations, which are not, even when the MEC can investigate, you will not find anything, because... In
terms of the inflation of salaries, are you happy with what the municipal manager is telling you, and what exactly is he saying?
The municipal manager has given me a report that all the people that have been appointed are in line with the organizational structure. So there was no inflating of salaries. So I'm happy with that report. And because you know that Auditor General is also doing his work. They are also doing their work in terms of auditing. And the report that has been submitted before Council, there is not issue raised by Auditor General. It means that all processes they have been followed in line with the law.
Let me bring in Mr. Mahlatsi again. So you've heard what the executive mayor has had to say, particularly in as far as the report by the municipal manager is concerned. What's your response to that? And second to that, you're calling for the mayor to be removed. Talk to us about what you are accusing the mayor specifically of.
Yeah, let me start with the response first. When there's an allegation that needs investigation, you don't end up by receiving a report from an affected person and conclude from that there's no malafide in this act. So I think that the mayor is either hiding something or he has failed dismally in his role to play a political oversight. Because there are allegations that have been raised and you can't just settle the matter by saying, I received the report and I'm happy with the report. From an affected person, it's a known fact that municipalities are highly politicized. And in this instance, we have been showing the political interference of the mayor. Even that interference encroached on the bargaining processes of the municipality, where even terms and conditions of employees were changed by as per the instructions of the executive mayor. There's a structure that has been established in the municipality called the war room. And in that war room, decisions will be taken, and some of these decisions are of a mutual interest and warrant a bargaining process. But it will come to us as a memorandum, a directive from the mayor. For example, even in December, managers were ordered to cancel their leave as per the instructions of the mayor. And there's a memorandum to that effect. So the mayor is instead of playing an oversight, is a referee and a player at the same time. So he has taken and undermined a bargaining process to that effect. So the management, instead of playing their role, they are implementing the decisions of the executive mayor, the municipality.
Very quickly, Mr. Mahlatsi, perhaps paint a picture in terms of how some of the allegations that you are now labeling against the municipality are playing themselves out in terms of service delivery. Very quickly, sir.
Any act of financial irregularity or maladministration have a direct impact on the service delivery. Let me give you an example. There's a legal report that was submitted to council where even the municipality has lost about 60 million on legal fees on matters that were supposed to have been settled out of court, and on matters that the municipality was able to handle themselves, but they were sent to lawyers, our private lawyers, and cost the municipality a lot of money. And that 60 million was supposed to have addressed issues that affect service delivery and address the tools of trade that we are crying off to ensure that municipal employees perform their work accordingly.
All right, Mr. Mayor, let me bring you in here. I mean, I want you to touch a little bit about what we are hearing this morning from Mr. Mahlatsi, but also, you know, we had AfriForum send a letter to the Free State Premier last year, towards the latter part of last year. I mean, in its letter, they are representing several service providers and several members of the community who are talking about financial mismanagement and owing of tenders to the tune of 270 million rand. And also, of course, this resulting to the lack of service, delivery on the ground. Also saying that as a result, the municipality has resorted to utilizing its assets to compensate contractors, jeopardizing the municipality's ability to provide essential public services. I mean, when you look at this and when you see, or when you hear these allegations and when you see what is on the ground, one then wonders, you know, what is really happening within your municipality? How do you respond to that?
Yeah. Look, in 2021, when we joined this Matjhabeng, and I was appointed as an executive mayor, there were a lot of allegations of corruption. We received a report that a number of contractors were paid more than 1.8 billion. And allegations which is some of this work was not done. And what we did as this new administration, we then reported the matter to the Auditor General. We requested the Auditor General to investigate these allegations. We reported the matters to the Hawks, that we request the Hawks to investigate this allegation. We also requested the Special Investigation Unit to investigate all these allegations. So all this, what is wrote by the alleging of 220 million is part of these contractors which are investigated by the Hawks, are investigated by Special Investigation Unit, investigated by Auditor General. And this is a decision that was taken by this new administration. So when these people touch our account last year, claiming that we are owing them, and I will just make one example. There was one security company that was alleging that we are owing them more than 30 million. And when the municipal manager was still engaging with these people, we were then informed that the Hawks, they have gone to High Court to stop any payment that must be done by the municipal manager. And we requested not to do any payment because the matter is under investigation.
Mayor, we are running out of time, but very quickly, just in terms of wrapping up this conversation, what is at your table now? So you've received this municipal manager's report.
Yes.
You are going to send it to the MEC of COGTA, who is looking into these matters. Just talk to us very quickly about quick steps.
Yes, I also want to respond, before I respond to that, on the war room. The war room is an intervention. After getting all the reports, complaints from our ward councillors, we invite all the directors and the senior managers to look on issues of service delivery on a daily basis. This is the work that has been done today. What are the challenges for the next day? And then we instruct the municipal manager to make sure that they are able to deal with all these issues of service delivery. On the issue of the report that we have now sent to the MEC of COGTA, we're waiting for the MEC of COGTA to intervene on the matter because we have already taken a decision as council in our strategic plan that we want to improve the relations between ourselves and our stakeholder, which is SAM, because it's not in the best interest that we must fight ourselves and SAM to improve service delivery. So all other issues, removal of the executive mayor, you can see even what the secretary is raising. These are issues which is supposed to be handled by the municipal manager, and I'm surprised that he is not saying the municipal manager must be removed, but he's saying the mayor must be removed, which is, these matters have nothing to do with the executive mayor. But we are confident that we will
I think the reason he's saying that at the end of the day, the executive mayor is accountable and is responsible. But Mr. Mahlatsi, your final words very quickly, sir, as we wrap up our conversation, just in terms of what you've heard from the executive mayor and, of course, your next steps with COGTA.
Just two issues.
Very quickly, sir.
The role of the executive mayor in oversight, it's a very important one. And if that task is not performed well and there's a failure, it compromises the running of the municipality. That's a political role, and it's a very huge one. That encompasses why we say the mayor has failed to play that role. That's our reason. Two, what the mayor is not saying is that after they have been claiming that they have removed these people who have been doing business in the past administration, they are not telling the truth that they have replaced those with their own, because some of those elements that have been taking place in the previous administration is still taking place today. So, but we are still committed in meeting with the management of Matjhabeng to address the issue, but they are not making it easy for us to engage with them.
All right. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for your time this morning. Of course, that was SAMWU Free State Provincial Secretary Tiisetso Mahlatsi, who was joining us on the video line, and Mayor of Matjhabeng Local Municipality, Mr. Thanduxolo David. Of course, we thank you so much for your time on that. All right. Currently, we are reaching out to the Free State COGTA MEC, and once they avail themselves, we will bring them on to the agenda for further discussions. And of course, these allegations being very serious.